Hey folks, you guys have like a little power outage in one of your rooms or two of your rooms, sometimes three, because in some of these old houses here, they have like a railroad, like electrical system. I don't know. They go from one side to another. But anyway, just want to show you what I use to find my little broken wire. Okay, you guys use this tool here. This is from Klein Tools. I got it from Lowe's. It's about, I don't know, 60 bucks, give or take. All right. This is designed for you to find your circuit breaker. So, of course, when you don't have power, you can't find the circuit breaker because it doesn't work that way. It has to be powered by your outlet. So what I did was I did process of elimination. What I did was I used this tool to find the outlets that are working, and I marked it off on the circuit breaker just to find out what circuit breaker is the one that's kind of killing my power. All right, you guys want to know how this works? Watch this. I'm going to go plug this into a outlet, any one that's working that you know of. Okay, it'll power it up right there. I'm going to take this, hit the button here, turn it on. It's going to beep. Now I'm going to go outside to the circuit panel, and we're going to find it. Right, Mika? Mika's over there. All right, let's go. This is Waffles. Let's take it outside. All right, so out to the panel here. What I do is you can just scan the front of the circuit breakers, or you can do the wires. Watch this, so I don't drag this thing out for too long. All right, the first wire. Here's the second wire. Third wire, fourth wire. Should be the second wire up on top. Let's see. It'll turn red. There it is. Okay. Kind of finicky sometimes. But yeah, once it turns red, this is your circuit breaker. This is the one that controls that. All right. To verify it, what we're going to do is we're going to cut it. We're going to go in, and that light there should be out. Okay. That's the one that I found before. That was my short one. All right, so let's shut this little thing off. All right, go back inside and watch. That will be the circuit breaker that I just shut off. All right, let's go inside. All right, coming back inside, and there you go. That's the circuit breaker. All right, so that's how you find your circuit breaker, by using this tool. You use that and this little fancy tool over here, and it will beep once you hit that circuit breaker. So the way I found my problem was I did process of elimination, and I did every single outlet in this house. And when I killed the circuit breaker, it's usually one or two outlets that's in and around the house, right? It kills the lights. And I noticed that when I killed one circuit breaker, it only killed the one outlet. That's it. Nothing else. Everything else works, which doesn't make sense. So that maybe that's why the wire is burnt going to operate my other two rooms. So I look underneath and I saw two wires, one going into the outlet and then one coming out. Had power into the outlet, had no power coming out of the outlet. So I went downstairs, pulled the outlet, and what do you think? Found the burnt wire. All right, you want to see that wire? Let's go see that wire. All right, so here it is, all the way over here in this corner. This is an original outlet, probably from the 60s. Look at that, it's still brown in color. All right, so there it goes. You can see the wire burnt out right there. See it? So it burnt off this terminal right there. So like I said, had power coming into the outlet. So this outlet worked at one point, and then there was no power coming out. Okay, so that wire operates the rest of the house. Like I said, it's like a railroad. Goes in one outlet and comes out and goes to another one. All right, so that's most likely to feed, going in to feed everything else in the house. All right, so look at that. Toast. Looks like it burnt out right there in the terminal. Heat it up. All right, so just want to show you how that tool works in case you want to use it. Okay? Thanks for watching. Ciao. All right, folks. Just a quick little follow-up with a little, diagram so I can explain exactly what I found. Okay? So, the problem was everything that's squared off over here was not working. There was no lights downstairs and to the outlet. There was no lights to the bathroom upstairs, no bathroom to the stairs going upstairs. There was no lights in the kitchen, the hi-hats, and the fan. There's a vestibule in the front. There's no light there. There was no indoor outlet working, no outdoor outlet working. There was no lights to the front door. And then there was no lights running along the walkway over there. And over here, there were no outlets against the wall where the bay window is. All right. So, came home one night and this is what I got. No power whatsoever. But yet all the circuit breakers were good. So that's kind of weird. So I didn't blow anything. Circuit breakers are working. But yet none of these lights or outlets were working. So you did a little tracing back and forth. I showed you the tool that I used to figure it out. And what happened was that when I killed one circuit breaker, all it did was just kill this one outlet right here. No, this outlet right here. Okay? Usually when you kill a circuit breaker, a couple outlets go out or a couple lights go out. Right? The only thing that killed it was this one outlet right here. So I'm thinking that this outlet should be attached to something else. I said this house was built in the 60s. That's the way the wiring is. It goes from one room to another room to up here, maybe upstairs, downstairs. One circuit breaker could do 1 or 2 outlets in each room, and that's the way it's designed. So when I killed the circuit breaker, it killed this one outlet and nothing else. Now this is already out already. So what happened was that there was power coming in from the circuit breaker. I'm going to use this. Okay, there was power coming into the circuit breaker, but then there was nothing going out. So I bet you there was something that goes out, operates all these. Okay, now many years ago, 10, 15 years ago, we redid the kitchen. The kitchen, they installed a ceiling fan and hi-hats. So that's new. So they must have tapped into the same wiring. And then maybe about 10 years ago, did an extension. So they did a front vestibule and they added the outdoor lights. So they must have tapped into this same thing with this power. So back in the days, you didn't have all this. You only had this. Okay, dining room, then a couple of bathroom lights working off that one power wire. Now, when you hire contractors, what do? Instead of running a wire from the circuit breaker to power everything that's new, all they did was they tapped into the same wire where this power came from. So, this is the way I look at it. I think this is what happened. Power goes into this outlet. And from here, this outlet went into this toggle switch. This toggle switch, they grabbed the power to power this outlet, power the stair lights, and these powered the bathroom lights. And then from here, it went up into this toggle switch. Okay, they grabbed the power there. This power powered that outlet. That one powered this outlet. And from here, they went outside to the top and they powered this toggle switch, which in turn powered this outlet, the outdoor lights, and the vestibule light. And of course, one of these switches worked the outdoor lights. Then from here, they also went around on top of the roof into the kitchen, into this toggle switch. And this powered the kitchen lights and the fan light. Do you believe that? This whole mess from one power line. Okay? That was the problem. So, I forgot this toggle switch works, these lights coming downstairs. So, like I said, this is the culprit right here. Looks like the original outlet from way back in the 60s, people. Look at that. Burnt that right there. Okay, that's a little wire that had popped off. And that was it. that solved the problem. Took me a whole day to trace it. You know, I like to do my own work. Instead of calling an electrician in and then they charge you what, $100 to $175 an hour just to troubleshoot it. And I don't think they will spend the time to go through this menagerie of wires. Most likely they probably would have just took a new wire from here, probably right to one of these power switches here, install a new wire, charge a couple $100, maybe up to $1,000. Okay, and then that'll power everything up. All right, but fix that wire, change an outlet, and we're good to go. All right, that's it. Not an electrician, but it's nice to know exactly how everything works. I traced everything, pulled every light switch out, checked for power, no power. But like I said, kill that one circuit breaker, it only killed one outlet. That's all it is. So there's got to be something else attached to that outlet. And that was it. That was the wire that goes to the rest of the house. Up into the ceiling, up around. All right. That's it. These darn old houses. This is what happens. Thanks for watching, people. Ciao.